I don't know. I don't know.
Detroit Detention.
This is Magistrate Clipper. I'm calling, trying to get onto camera 1 at 36th District Court. I was on with the people and they disconnected, and now it says it's busy. I'm just wondering what's going on at the camera 1.
Hold on just a second, Kelter. Hold on.
Thank you.
Hey, Green, you got anybody on camera 1? Magistrate Holmes is on there doing a case for a guy real quick.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. That's that. I just wonder why it's busy. So.
Yeah, I guess Holmes is on there doing a case for a guy.
Okay.
Right,
So,
he's good. 2 minutes and
yeah,
be freed up.
I appreciate it. I was on the camera just with them, and then all of a sudden they just shut me off, and it's been busy. So if they could just let me know next time. We've been scrambling to figure what's going on. We've been waiting since 10:30, and not one person's been brought to the camera. I know it's the same old. We got a counsel's waiting, and then we were waiting on bodies, and all of a sudden it just disconnected, and then nobody's called, and we've been trying to call, nobody's been answering. So if they could just give us the courtesy once we're on the camera to let us know they're hanging up with us, that would be helpful for us.
Yeah, I'll tell them to care for it. There's got some guys in there that don't normally do the.
Yeah, I got you. I appreciate you, sir. Have a nice one. Thank you.
All right, you too.
All right, thanks, bye. All right, so you told them about Division 2. Wait, this is.
Yes, sir. Folks have a seat right here.
Counsel Hassan.
Good morning, Your Honor. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm well, thanks for asking. Do you have Qasim El Sagir?
That is correct.
Please be patient with us. As soon as we got the file, as soon as DDC brings them, we'll handle your matter. Officers, could you bring somebody to the camera, please? We need Mr. Lucas, Joseph Lucas, and Qasim El Sagir. This is 50 minutes after the docket started, not one person's been brought.
Is it possible I can call my dad?
Paperwork. Paperwork. That's it. Don't forget me, Trump. I need that. Don't forget me. Yes, sir.
The officers, DDC.
Go. Go. Go.
Never in my life.
You gonna stand right here on this white line?
Good morning, your name?
Joseph Lucas.
Thank you. And bring number 17 after this, Kasim Al-Sagir. All right, thank you, Mr. Luke. This is, thank you. Case 200-60680, People State of Michigan versus Joseph Samuel Lucas. Counselor.
Good morning, Honor. For the record, David Cripps, P. 34972, appearing on behalf of Mr. Joseph Lucas. He was standing mute, waiting to read the complaint warrant.
Thank you. Counsel, court will waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Schedule 2 court dates. Mr. Lucas, you must attend probable cause conference October the 14th, which is Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Mr. Lucas, you have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, October 21st at 1:30 p.m. Both at 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Both hearings will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty is entered. Ask the bond counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. My client's 29 years old. He lives at 19744 Waltham, Waltham, in the city of Detroit. This was a car accident that resulted in somebody's death, Your Honor. To explain this a little further, the evening this occurred, my client was also injured in the auto accident and taken to the hospital for treatment. He was treated and then he was arraigned on a ticket offense arising out of this and released to go home. He then contacted me because I've represented him before, and I made repeated phone calls to the prosecutor's office and Detroit Police Department. I got through to the officer in charge, Anthony Bessel, and he told me that he wasn't sure whether a warrant was ready yet or not for me to contact the prosecutor. I did contact the prosecutor, Brian Johnson, and made arrangements with him to turn my client voluntarily in for this arraignment today. So he's not a flight risk. He'll return to every court date, Your Honor. So I'm asking for a reasonably low bond to be set in this matter. It's a tragic car accident that we sure will have a good defense for down the road.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Lucas, these are very serious allegations. The court notes count 1, which is a possibility of a life offense. The court takes in consideration your ties to the community, the information provided by your counsel, the current epidemic facing the nation, and employment status as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. It appears that your client's on felony probation for gun charges. Is that correct?
In Macomb County, he is, Your Honor. That's correct.
Correct. And that's very concerning to the court that he's on felony probation, and we have allegations of this nature before the court. An allegation is not only that he was operating a vehicle well over the legal limit with alcohol, but also that allegations that speed was involved, and that Mr. Lucas was operating a vehicle not having having a suspended license, when having no legal right, it appears, to be operating a vehicle. And that appears those actions resulted allegedly in the death of Mr. Antonio Mills, which is concerning to the court regarding the safety of the public, given the information placed on the record, as well as your prior criminal convictions and the fact that you're on felony probation and you pick up allegations of this nature. Mr. Lucas, during this bond, there's absolutely no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Absolutely no drinking and absolutely no driving. Is that understood?
Very clear, Your Honor.
And state your full name again.
Lucas.
Thank you, Mr. Lucas. And Mr. Lucas, if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with an alcohol tether. Given the fact that you're on felony probation, takes into consideration your prior criminal convictions, which includes a conviction that you're not on probation for, which was robbery unarmed, and the nature of that conviction, as well as the conviction date, of May 22nd, 08, the court takes in consideration and the serious nature of these allegations. For those reasons, bond on this matter will be set in the amount $150,000 cash surety. Anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, counsel.
That,
Good luck,
Judge,
Mr.
that was the 14th, October 14th?
The probable cause conference is October 14th at 8:30 in front of Judge King, and the preliminary examination is
Thank you.
October the 21st. That's at 1:30 in front of Judge King, both on a Wednesday.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
Thank you. And Mr. Cripps, could I get your P number, please?
This way, Joe.
34972.
Thank you. Good luck, Mr. Cripps.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Say your first and last name.
Yes, I'm Ossiger.
Good morning, sir. Your full name again? Kasim?
Yes, I'm Ossiger.
Thank you, and good morning. 1 second. Your attorney is present. And they're logging on, I believe.
Your Honor.
Okay, there we are. This is case 200594882, People State of Michigan versus Kasim El Segir. Appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Hassan Bezi on behalf of Mr. Al-Zagir, who is present via Zoom. Mr. Al-Zagir, state your name for the record.
Yes, I'm Ossiger.
Honor, for purposes of arraignment, waive formal reading stand due to the charges.
Thank you. And can I get your P number?
P78448.
78448.
Correct, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Court, waive formal reading of the information under plea of not guilty. The court scheduling a probable cause conference that you must attend, Mr. El Segir, on October the 21st, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. That hearing will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you release, Mr. El Segir, you get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to bond, counselor.
Judge, I'm asking for a personal bond. He did turn himself in. He's been there since 6 o'clock as soon as he found out there was a warrant. Actually wasn't aware until he recently got pulled over, and he got lucky enough to the officer let him go at the scene and told him to turn himself in. He did retain our firm. He is 22 years old, resident of Dearborn Heights. He lives with his dad and his sister and his brother. He takes care of his brothers. He doesn't have a scholarship. College in Rock Hill, where he's attending physician's assistant. For a personal bond.
You're breaking up a whole lot, counsel. I apologize. I heard scholarships the last thing I heard.
Yeah, he's got no criminal history, Your Honor. He does attend college in Rochester. He's studying to be a physician's assistant.
Okay. Thank you, counsel. The court takes into consideration the information heard by counsel as well as the nature of these charges. The information alleged in the investigator's report, court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions. This is a very serious allegation, Mr. El Segir. It is not assaultive. Court takes consideration the current epidemic facing the nation as well as lack of capious history or criminal convictions. For those reasons, bond will be set $7,000 personal bond. You're being released, Mr. El Segir. Listen to your counsel. Make sure and attend the court date as indicated. Is there anything further, counsel?
Your Honor, I just I've had this recently where they keep my client in custody until like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know, it would be updated. The file will be sent to
Madam Clerk, my clerk inputs these things immediately, and we'll have it sent over to DDC before lunch, probably, or before the day's out, before the end of business day, definitely. And so it should not take, and they'll have the information before the end of business day. That's a guarantee.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day to you and your staff. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. You as well.
Can you repeat his court
Yes.
date, please?
October the 21st, which is a Wednesday, in front of Judge King. Oh, sorry, Judge Jones. October 21st, Wednesday, 8:30, Judge Jones.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
We cut y'all loose, man. about 3 or 4 o'clock. We put the person in the phone up front. They're ready to let them know. We'll have them up front 3 or 4 o'clock. Step on that white line, see your first and last name?
Daniel Fuchs.
Good morning. Your folks. One moment. Are you ready on this one, Council? Thank you. This is case 200456161, People State of Michigan versus Daniel Albert Fuchs. Mr. Fuchs, your name one more time?
Daniel Albert Fuchs.
Thank you, Brother Council, your appearance.
Ryan Murad, we have Mr. Daniel Fuchs. What agrees to you? Mr. Fuchs has been advised not to use the words.
Court waive formal reading on her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
That's fine, Your Honor. I would like to know that Mr. Fuchs is he's a 48-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. He does have 2 children. He's a graduate of Head Park and Wood over Bay. He's also a graduate of Wayne State. He did receive his teaching certificate here in the his experience allegations stem from an alleged incident date of May 4th, 2020. Has been approximately 10 months. I believe this warrant was issued later in July. Before this court has recited the anticipated no contact order for conversation with my client, he maintains that he just returned back from Disneyland with his training witness. I understand that further after today's court date, Your Honor, the court says that no contact order. He understands that no contact with the complaining witness. Until that complaining witness talks to a prosecutor or a judge of record and addresses that no contact order. But with respect to safety, Your Honor, I would just ask the court to consider setting a personal bond with the particular matter. Mr. Fuchs does anticipate wrongful defense, and he does have significant ties to the community, and I'm unaware of any prior criminal history or any cases.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Fuchs, your counsel has advocated well, as always, on your behalf, and the court takes into consideration the information he's provided, as well as your ties to the community, lack of criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. This is a very serious assaultive allegation, and the court takes consideration the current epidemic faced in the nation, as well as employment status, as counsel says, it relates to ability to post bond. Very concerning is the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which leans toward the likelihood of conviction, as well as the presence of threats on an individual's life, which is very concerning to the court, as well as the assault of allegations that allegedly resulted in numerous injuries to the alleged complainant. And very concerning are the allegations regarding against assaultive allegations, threats against the individual's life. Mr. Fuchs, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Absolutely no contact with Rebecca Krantz. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Rebecca Krantz. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you're not to go to the premises or area of 16191 Prairie Street, Detroit, Michigan during this bond. And if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. You have a court date scheduled pre-trial on October the 2nd, which is a Friday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. Mr. Fuchs, that hearing will be heard. Excuse me?
I don't have money to make bond.
Okay.
Mr. Fuchs, at this point, we'll address that after the magistrate issues a bond. I'm going to advise you to remain silent as the magistrate is in the process.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Thank you, Counselor. You're fine, Mr. Fuchs. No need to apologize, sir, but thank you. Mr. Fuchs, your hearing date is pre-trial is October the 2nd, and that is at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett, which will be heard via Zoom. If you're able to make bond, Mr. Fuchs, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Given the information placed on the record, you indicated he was employed, correct?
Correct. He is at this time receiving federal assistance.
Thank you. And for the reasons placed on the record, bond on this matter will be set 4,010%.
Your Honor, I'm just respectfully requesting as carefully as I can to be productive based on ability to pay. I understand that this is one of the court departed from where it usually goes in matters, and we appreciate the court. But I do think that any monetary bond would be similar to a remand for Mr. Fuchs. And I'm just asking the court if it would consider reducing that to a personal, maintaining that GPS tether to ensure safety. The grand judge has been approximately 5 months since these allegations, has been sufficient.
Thank you, and I appreciate the advocacy council. And the court started, as you know, at a personal bond, and the 5-month period the court appreciates and considers, but now the process has started where there are criminal allegations against Mr. Fuchs, and that's concerning. That takes it to a different level in the court's opinion, that there's a process that is going currently through where we have Mr. Fuchs and an alleged victim. The alleged victim has allegedly sustained numerous injuries after a serious, it appears, assault court and investigators report and threats on the individual's life. And so the court set bond for the reasons that's placed on the record, and it was appropriate given the individual's ability to pay as stated.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, counsel. Good luck, Mr. Fuchs. That's a $400 bond, sir.
I don't have $400.
Next question when you get to the county. Huh? Hold up, Jake. Next question when you get to the county, because you're up under 1,000. What do you mean? Now, what happens is, you get transferred to the county.
Because I'm going back to another jail.
To Wayne County. This is jail, just hold the report.
So I was saying, I'm going to next Sunday.
I don't keep it out, you're under 1,000. Step on the white line, see your first, step on the white line, see your first and last name.
Isaiah Evans.
Thank you. Isaiah Evans?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Evans. You're here before the court on case number, thank you, 200-58441, People State of Michigan versus Isaiah David Evans, counsel.
Ryan Malone, we have Mr. Isaiah Evans, wait for you to stand. Mr. Evans has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to court dates in a moment as to the bond.
As bond, Your Honor, I would like the court to know Mr. Evans is a 25-year-old lifetime resident in the city of Detroit, and in those 25 years, Your Honor, he's made cases, he's had no prior criminal history whatsoever, no case history that he's aware of or that we're aware of, Your Honor. He does have little brothers and they're working in the community. Unfortunately, his attorney are going on that consideration when it comes to setting bonds. Further, Your Honor, it does appear that these allegations come from the date of June 6, 2020. I understand it's been approximately 3.5 years since those allegations, Your Honor. That's supposed to be that of consideration. He does have a father in the helping in this case. Our office had offered them to see how much money they could put together before it was not so personal bond. They maintained they pull together at this point $5,000. So first, we would request a personal bond. Given this last week, we lack of course, not to exceed $500 to give Mr. Evans a fair chance to post the bond and get him out to the time.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Evans, the court considers the information provided by your counsel ties to the community. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions. These are very serious assaultive allegations. The court takes consideration your employment status as stated as relates to the ability to post bond, current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information alleged in the investigators report, which gives concern regarding the safety of the public, specifically the safety of Ms. Branham. During the, you have 2 court dates, Mr. Evans. You must attend a probable cause hearing. Is scheduled Friday, October the 9th. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Friday, October 16th. Both 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Both hearings will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Mr. Evans, you'll get information on how to connect if you're able to make bond, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. During this bond, Mr. Evans, there is absolutely no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. You are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. And absolutely no contact with Shirley Branham. Is that clear? No contact.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. No, thank you, Mr. Evans. That's no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Based on the information alleged investigate. Thank you, Mr. Evans. Based on the information alleged investigators report, you're to be fit with a GPS tether if you're able to make bond. Given the current epidemic facing the nation, the information placed on the record, bond will be set 5,010%.
What if I pay myself?
Good luck, Mr. Evans. That's $500 bond, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, do the animals need to be interviewed as well?
There's no add-ons, but everybody needs to be interviewed, yes. Besides the two retained people. Joseph Lucas, we have handled, that was retained, and so we're finished with that. And number 17, Kasim El Sagir has retained counsel. We've already handled that matter, so we do not need to handle that gentleman. Everybody else needs to always be interviewed.
Okay, I'll have you step in those. Yes, sir.
Does Division 1 look like they're here? Admit, I'm sorry. Division 1? Thank you. Absolutely. Good morning. Knox. Are you Mr. Knox?
Yes, sir.
Okay, one moment. You spoke with an attorney, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. They're grabbing your information right now. Just one moment. State your full name for the record, Mr. Knox.
Sean Caesar Knox Jr.
Thank you and good morning. You're here for case 200600493, People's State of Michigan versus Sean Caesar Knox Jr., also known as Sean Caesar Knox. Sean Caesar Knox. Counsel.
Brian Murata, on behalf of Mr. Sean Knox, wait for the reading. Knox has been advised by his constitutional.
Thank you, Counsel. Court waiting formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Knox, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference on October the 7th, which is a Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Monday, October the 12th. Both scheduled at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Both hearings will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Knox Jr. That's an off-site streaming technology. If you're able to make bond, you'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect for the hearing on time, understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
That's Brian Murata. I'd like to know that Mr. Knox is a 25-year-old lifetime resident in the court. Maintains he has no prior assault criminal convictions, Your Honor. Also maintains that he does currently take medication. It does appear that incident date, this alleged incident date, stems from May 27th of 2019. Approximately a year and a half, Your Honor. Most importantly, with respect to conviction, I would like to know that this is a reissue case. That this matter was previously dismissed July 27th, 2020. I believe that Ms. Zillian Diallo was representing Mr. Knox at the time. Again, Your Honor, we believe this to be a reissue. We would ask the court for a personal bond in this particular matter, given the matter stated on the record. Or otherwise some sort of low bond heading on the bond. We would ask for personal or some sort of low bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Knox Jr., the court considers the information provided by your attorney. Employment status as relates to ability to post bond. This is a very serious assaultive allegation. The court considers your prior felony conviction as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and the information alleged investigators report, which is serious assaultive allegations. Again, and giving the court concern regarding the safety of the alleged complainant, Mr. Rogers. The court considers the information provided by counsel as well as no capious history the court's aware of Mr. Knox Jr., during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, no weapons, and absolutely no contact with Douglas Martin Rogers. Mr. Knox Jr., no contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Given the information placed on the record, the concerns the court has, take consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, bond on this matter will be set in the amount $5,510%. All right, thank you. Mr. Knox Jr., do you have any questions, sir?
Yes, this case got dismissed. I wanted to ask, why did it get brought back up? It got dismissed without prejudice.
So Mr. Knox, that's exactly what without prejudice means. It means that they're able to reissue it one more time. So hopefully we get to dismiss the second time after 2 dismissals without prejudice, dismissal with prejudice, and they are no longer able to bring it back up, sir. So we just have to handle one more go-around.
That was your counsel speaking. Do you have any other questions, Mr. Knox Jr.?
No, sir.
All right, good luck, sir. I hope it works out. Listen to the court's orders, okay? No contact. Make sure to make your court date, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Thank you, DDC. Oh, shoot. Man, I keep doing the wrong one. More. Oh.
You said you had.
Okay, Division 1, we have, is that Mr. Holt? Mr. Holt?
Yeah,
Okay,
Gary
yeah,
Holt.
it'll be Mr. Holt. Okay, we're gonna handle one more, DDC, if you can keep grabbing people, that'd be great. State your full name, Mr. Holt Jr.
Gary Holt.
Are you a junior?
Junior.
Thank you. This is case 200600702, People's State of Michigan versus Gary Mandel Holt Jr., counsel.
Right over out, I have Mr. Gary Holt, wait for the reading stand. Mr. Holt, Mr. Holt Jr. has been advised to press control.
Thank you. Court, waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to the bond.
As the bond, Your Honor, I would like the court to be aware that Mr. Holt Jr. is a 34-year-old resident of the city of Detroit. Your Honor, he maintains that he does have his family support on his matters. He has put us in contact with his father. They're all from the community, Your Honor. His father's phone number is in the 313 area code. Further, it doesn't appear against this warrant, Judge, that Cal Wolf all non-assault possessory matters. However, with respect to Cal 2, I understand that, Your Honor, that is an assaulting, resisting, or obstructing a police officer. I'm unaware of the exact factual allegations in this matter, but I would like the court to be aware that there's no civility to play the witness. We thoroughly advise my client contact order against Your Honor. We would ask the court to consider something personal bond, and the majority of these charges are non-assaulting possession of I would ask the court to consider something personal bond. I believe that Mr. Holt is unable to post the monitors on as he is on the court.
Thank you, counsel. And Mr. Holt Jr., the court takes in consideration all the information provided by counsel. Court is going to enter a plea of not guilty and schedule 2 court dates. There probable cause conference on October the 8th, which is Thursday. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Thursday, October 15th, both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Holt Jr., both of those hearings will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. If you're able to make bond before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for those hearings, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. The court considers these allegations, which are very serious allegations. You have a lengthy prior criminal conviction history, which the court has concerns regarding the nature and of those convictions, as well as the age of those convictions. The court takes consideration of allegations set forth in the investigator's report, the lack of capious history the court's aware of. You have ties to the community, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. Mr. Holt Jr., during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. No weapons. Is that understood?
Understood.
Your bond is, and he's currently unemployed, given the information stated by counsel given the current lack of employment status as it relates to ability to post bond in the current epidemic facing the nation. Bond will be set 2,510%. You're welcome. That's $250 bond, Mr. Holt Jr. Make sure and listen to the court. Good luck, sir. Do you have any questions?
All right. No, sir.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
You're welcome.
So step on the white line. See the first one on the left.
Good afternoon, Mr. Booker, it is?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Booker. You're here for a couple of reasons, sir. We're going to get through them one at a time. Did you have an opportunity to read, sign, and understand an advice of rights form today?
No.
Okay, Mr. Booker, the court's going to read you your rights, sir. If you have any questions, just ask. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say, orally or in writing, can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. Have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Booker. First, we're going to handle some matters where you have warrants for your arrest for failing to appear at the 36th District Court. You're going to be released on a personal bond on these matters, Mr. Booker, and the court scheduling a pretrial date you must attend October the 28th, which is a Wednesday. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Williams. That hearing will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Booker, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released on this matter, but it is your responsibility to connect for that hearing on time. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And you're here for the following matters. Complaint U33822616, Saturday, April 30th, 2016. Offer to engage a service for another for the act of prostitution. Bond is $200 personal bond. Complaint U447366718, Sunday, May 13th, 2018. Pumping gas in an unapproved gas container. Bond is $200 personal bond. And ticket number 18438-353, May 13th, 2018, count 1, drive while license suspended, count 2, improper plate, count 3, drive unregistered motor vehicle, bond is $600 personal bond. During these bonds, there's no driving, Mr. Booker. Is that understood? It does not appear you have a license, valid license, so do not drive a vehicle. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Booker, these matters are all misdemeanor allegations that carry up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall your warrant, set aside capias under plea of not guilty on each open matter. As a reminder, these matters will be scheduled for a pretrial date, October the 28th, which is Wednesday, 8:30, 36th District Court in front of Judge Williams. Is that all understood, Mr. Booker?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. And you have one additional matter, case 200582449, People State of Michigan versus Devon Lamont Booker. Mr. Booker, your name one more time.
Devon Lamont Booker, Junior and Senior.
Thank you. Counsel, parent.
Brian Barad, on behalf of Mr. Devon Booker, waive formal readings and Mr. Booker to the advice of the constitutional rights.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Booker, the court scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend October the 21st, which is Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. As with the prior matters, Mr. Booker, this will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for the hearing. It is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
As the bond, Your Honor, I'd like to report that Mr. Booker is a 46-year-old lifetime resident. He's also a graduate of a high school degree in Detroit area, Oak Park High School. It appears that his election incident date is March 23rd, 2004. Mr. Booker does have a full incentive of comply with the public requests and orders. We respectfully ask the court for a personal bond in this particular matter.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, Mr. Booker. It is a non-assaultive allegation. The court has concerns regarding your capious history as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. This is a very serious allegation that stated non-assaultive. The court's unaware of any assaultive convictions. The court is concerns regarding your capious history. That where you fail to appear, sir, on unrelated matters, it gives the court concern regarding your intention to appear and handle these matters as ordered. And the court has just handled a number of capious histories where you failed to appear at the 36th District Court on unrelated matters. It appears you have ties to the community. The court considers the information alleged or given by your counsel as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and your employment status as stated as relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Booker, during this bond, sir, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. And absolutely not to go back to the area or premises of 16827 Stopel, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Say it one more time, Your Honor.
You're not to go to the premises or area of 16827 Stopel, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood? Do not go to that premises or area. Thank you. And you're not to have any contact with Antoinette Dezelle. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, and or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Antoinette Dezelle. Is that understood?
Antoinette Dezelle? Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Thank you for paying attention, Mr. Booker. And given your capious history as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report, prior to being released, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. And absolutely no driving during this bond. Your bond is set $10,000 personal bond. You're being released, Mr. Booker, on all of the matters before the court on a personal bond. Please listen to the court, sir, so you don't get locked back up for not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions, Mr. Booker?
No.
Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Brother and sister counsel, you guys are doing good. Thanks for keeping it moving. How are we looking on interview, sister counsel? Are we catching up? No worries. I'm just curious. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Malik Rutledge, Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Rutledge. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Rutledge, you're here before court case 200600836, People State of Michigan versus Malik Rutledge, counsel. Thank you. The court waived formal reading on her plea of not guilty. Mr. Rutledge, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend on October the 21st, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Rutledge, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for the Zoom hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect October 21st, 8:30, 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
Mr. Byron, I'd like to know that Mr. Rutledge is a 24-year-old life in the residence stable better than you define. And he has no prior felonious history, no prior assault history, or victim history. I do believe the only prior that he ever had was a driver's license suspended. He also doesn't have a GED. He's currently unemployed for the pandemic, but before the pandemic, he was working on an automotive plant. Judge, lastly, I just want to record that it appears that it's been approximately 3 days since the case was filed. I'm not sure if it should have come out by now, but we would have the court consider it postponed.
Thank you. Mr. Rutledge, it appears you have a warrant out for your arrest out of the 48th District Court in Birmingham. Have you taken care of that matter, sir? The warrant?
I am not aware of at all of it, sir.
Okay, Mr. Rutledge, now it appears that you are. So it's this just giving the information that the court has, okay? So if the court's inclined to release you on a personal bond on this matter, you need to look in to call or show up or however you need to handle your business, but you need to contact the 48th District Court in Birmingham and make inquiries about this warrant, or else you're likely to just get picked up and locked up. And so you have to be proactive. You have to call 48th District Court and inquire about your warrant. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Rutledge. This is a very serious allegation. It's not assault. The court considers the information provided by counsel, the ties to the community, lack of capious history, or criminal convictions or allegations of assault. The court considers the information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and your employment status as stated as it relates to the ability to post bond. During this bond, Mr. Rutledge, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Absolutely no weapons. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your bond is set $9,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Rutledge. No weapons. You have a Zoom hearing to attend, and you are to go to 48th District or contact them regarding any warrant you may or may not have. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Rutledge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Do we have any females, Claudia? Claudia, do we not have any females?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't. No, I'll. Got it. Perfect. Yep. Thank you. No, don't be sorry. Thank you.
Y'all step in here. I'm gonna get you guys on first. I'll just have to do whatever you guys. Say your first and last name, brother.
Andre McKellar.
Thank you. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How you doing today, sir?
I'm well, Mr. McKellar. How are you? Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
I've been better.
Well, I hope all works out well, Mr. McKellar. You're here for case number 200599492, People's State of Michigan versus Andre Lavelle McKellar, counsel.
Roger, Mr. Andre McCullough,
Thank you, sir. Court will waive formal reading on her plea of not guilty. Mr. McKellar will give you a court date in a moment as to the bond.
Your Honor, let the court know that Mr. McCullough is 27-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. He is a father of one, Your Honor. He also has one child as well. He is excited to be. It does appear that he is gainfully employed. His employment, Your Honor, and it's a three-letter acronym. I have a note, it's PTI. It's been about 3 months. Some of his time in the community, Your Honor, includes graduating from a local high school here in the city of Detroit. He also played college basketball for here at Alameda College. Your Honor, the most important to this matter is that Mr. McKellar has no intention to have any contact with complaining witness while this matter is pending. It does appear that it's approximately 4 months old, Your Honor. The warrant was just recently issued. The judge is from May 23rd, 2020. So I would have to consider something a personal line, Your Honor. He's maintaining his innocence with respect to the allegations. It doesn't appear that there's been sufficient proving on here. I would ask the court to consider something a personal line. He maintains that he did have prior history. However, he's been in no trouble since he was 19 years old. 27 years old. I think it was different for Mr. McCullough than it was before the court approximately 10 years ago. Again, Judge, I would ask the court to consider a personal line.
Thank you, counsel. And Mr. McKellar, as always, your counsel has advocated well on your behalf. The court is entering a not guilty plea, sir, and scheduling 2 court dates. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference is scheduled Wednesday, October the 7th. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Monday, October 12th. Both are scheduled 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. McKellar, both of those hearings will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for those hearings before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time, understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. McKellar. Mr. McKellar, these are very serious allegations and assaultive allegations. The court takes consideration you have ties to the community, the nature of these charges, as well as the information provided in the investigator's report and by counsel. Court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status as relates to ability to post bond. Very concerning, not only the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, but the court takes into consideration the likelihood of conviction. It is alleged that a green light video shows the incident and has been extracted and placed onto a video disc. During this bond, Mr. McKellar, there's no use of alcohol, marijuana, or any illegal controlled substance, and you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And absolutely no contact with Elia Winston. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And given the information placed in the alleged investigator's report, as well as your prior criminal convictions, which include 2 convictions regarding similar related nature of domestic violence that you're facing this after, allegedly charged, that you're charged with this morning, you're to be fit with the GPS tether if you're able to make bond. Given the information placed on the record, the serious nature of this matter, your prior convictions, as well as the likelihood of conviction and allegations alleged in the investigator's report, which are very assaultive allegations, and which allegedly resulted assaultive allegations. A bond on this matter will be set. $7,010%.
You said I'd have to find out. I have to put a teller on.
Well, somebody will put that on for you, but your bond is $700, $7,010%, and if you're able to make that bond, yes, Mr. McKellar, before you're released, you'll be fit with the GPS tether. Do you have any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck, Mr. McKellar. You're welcome.
You'll step the white lines here. Say your name. Titus Low.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Lowe. 1 second, sir.
If I may.
Absolutely.
We contacted Judge Garrett's courtroom regarding Mr. Folks. He did authorize a personal bond and removal of the tether, based on his prior history with our office and our courtroom. I just wanted going back and forth with our office. They just wanted us to let the court know Attorney Roberts is going to be coming down with a bond reduction form. She wanted me to just put it, say it on the record to let Madam Clerk know that they want to.
So she's signing it?
Judge Garrett did sign it.
Judge Garrett?
And that's the most respectful going on.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. No worries. Whatever you got to do. And your name again, Mr. Lowe?
Titus Low.
Thank you. You're here for case 200606660, People State of Michigan versus Titus Kane Lowe. Counsel?
Brian Rodham, Mr. Titus Low, they agreed and moved to vote for the non-constitutional.
Court will waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Lowe, the court will get to court dates in a moment. Not guilty, please entered as the bond.
That's fine. Resident here in the city of Detroit, maintains as a stable residence with community with his mother. Never missed a court day before. He also wants to put more in the community. He's been working for the last week at FAS as a laborer. And he maintains that he's been kind of slowly saving his money to get to $40 each way to get to and from his job. He is really trying about it. It doesn't really be allegations from his alleged incident based on the charge point. Your Honor, Casey may have lost his job because of his incarceration. He has no money for a job. He wants to put it down. So we would ask the court to consider something.
Thank you. Mr. Lowe, the court considers the information provided by counsel, including your employment status as relates to ability to post bond, the current epidemic facing the nation. This is a very serious assaultive allegation. The court considers your prior criminal conviction, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. You have ties to the community. The court has concerns regarding the information alleged in the investigator's report, not only regarding the safety of the complainant, but also regarding your intention to appear. It alleged that after the incident, you fled the scene, jumping into a bike. Mr. Lowe, during this bond, sir, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance, and you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes.
Thank you. And absolutely no contact with Alan Sheffield. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Mr. Alan Sheffield. Is that clear?
Yes.
Thank you. And if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with the GPS tether, given the information placed on the record and alleged investigator's report. Court scheduling 2 court dates. Mr. Lowe, you must attend them both. Probable cause conference, October the 7th, which is a Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Monday, October 12th. Both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both hearings, Mr. Lowe, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for those hearings, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Lowe. Given the nature of these allegations, the serious charge before the court, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report and provided by counsel placed on the record, bond on this matter set in the amount $10,000, 10%. You're welcome. Good luck.
Hey, what's up, brother? Rapid Detention Center, Mr. James Campbell to the camera 2B interview.
Officer, counsel's requesting Mr. James Campbell, if possible, to interview, please. If possible, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, your name, please, or afternoon, your name.
My name is Walter Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. Murphy. And again, good afternoon. Mr. Murphy, you're here before the court on case 200455657, People's State of Michigan versus Walter Murphy, also known as Thomas Crum, Walter Bernard Murphy, Tommy Dewberry, Thomas Grum, Walter Reed. Counselor.
Brian Morado, behalf of Mr. Walter Murphy, waive reading and do Murphy advises constitutional.
Court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. We'll get to court dates in a moment as to bond.
As to Brian Morado, a little bit about Mr. Murphy. He's a 53-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. Maintains that he is disabled, does receive Social Security disability, didn't have a GED. With respect to the complaining witness, Mr. Murphy maintains that he called the police on himself, Your Honor, so I know that he does have an incentive to comply with the court, and whatever else is required of him, Your Honor, by his counsel, the prosecutors, and the court itself. As the court considers sending a personal bond in this particular matter, he also maintains that he may be a victim of his house. I would ask that all that would ask respectfully for a personal bond and to be crafted with a no contact order.
Thank you, Counselor. Mr. Murphy, the court is scheduling a pre-trial date, sir, that you must attend on October the 21st, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. Mr. Murphy, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it's before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes. Let's see.
And Your Honor, we will be, Mr. Murphy, our office will be contacting you as well ahead of that to help you get situated with that Zoom. Okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
That was your attorney speaking. Do you have any questions, Mr. Murphy? You're about to ask one. Did that answer your question for you?
I think he did. Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Murphy, very important. You attend that Zoom hearing on October 21st, 8:30. The court considers your ties to the community. The court's unaware of any criminal convictions or capious history. The court takes consideration the likelihood of conviction as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which give concern regarding the safety of the alleged victim, Ms. Heather Angela. During this bond, Mr. Murphy, you have absolutely no contact with Heather Angela. That means no contact of any kind, no contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Heather Angela. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Given the current epidemic facing the nation, the information provided by counsel, as well as alleged investigators report, you're to be fit with a GPS tether prior to release. Your bond is set $9,000 personal bond. You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Madam Clerk, could you give me that Fuchs file that they're going to speak about in a moment, whenever you get a chance?
One bond we call, first arrest.
Thank you. Good morning, your name, please, or afternoon, your name again?
William Southern.
William Southard?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, and good afternoon, sir. Mr. Southard, you're here before the court, case number 200600743, People State of Michigan versus William Jr. Southard, also known as William Southard.
Right, we're out here, Mr. William Southern, Woodbridge, and you, Mr. Southern, has been advised to conference.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading on our plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference, Mr. Southard. You must attend October the 21st. That's at 8:30 a.m. Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, 3rd Circuit Court, in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Southard, that hearing on October 21st will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter as to the bond.
That's fine, Your Honor. I'd like to let you know that Mr. Southern is a 41-year-old resident of the state of Michigan. Your Honor, he does maintain that he has his GED, that he's received here in the community. Also, that he does take medication due to some heart issues. Further, Your Honor, I understand that the court is statutorily required to set this bond at 25% of the damages. I'd ask the court to do that in a personal bond, as Mr. Southern does intend on resolving these matters.
Thank you. Mr. Southard, your counsel has advocated well, as always, on your behalf, and the court takes into consideration the information your attorneys provided, as well as the lack of capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, your employment status as stated as relates to ability to post bond. The court's unaware of any criminal convictions or capious history. This is a very serious allegation, sir, but it's non-assaultive. It's very important you attend that Zoom hearing so you don't get locked up just for not showing up. Does that make sense, Mr. Southard?
Yes, it does.
Thank you. And the court, as stated by counsel, statutorily obligated to set bond in the amount of 25% of alleged arrearages, allegedly total $14,106.61. Given the information placed on the record, bond will be set 25% of those alleged arrearages at $3,526. That will be a personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Southard. Listen to the court, sir. Anything further? Oh, the court's all set. And is there anything that the court needs to do?
White line, first line, court battle.
That's what my understanding is.
Just so that DDC doesn't try to stop them from thinking that the bond is that.
DDC, Mr. Fuchs, counsel has some information that he or she would like to provide to DDC. As my understanding, I believe they've motioned a judge regarding a bond reduction, and it appears to have been granted, and he wants to put his new bond onto the record and inform DDC so you know what his bond currently sits. If that's okay, go ahead, counsel.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. And for the record, on behalf of Mr. Daniel Fuchs, our office has tendered to the court a motion to reduce bond in the amount of $1,000 personal without a GPS tether. I have before me that motion that was signed by Judge Garrett on today, September 30th, 2020. Just like that to be put on record.
Thank you, DDC. Thank you, counsel.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
That was 1,000 personal bond, correct, Your Honor?
Correct, without a tether, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your name, please?
Corey Battle, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Battle. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Battle, you're here for case 2004. Thank you. Yeah, 200455656, People's State of Michigan vs. Corey Lamont Battle, counsel.
Driver Rob, we have Mr. Corey Battle, they formal ratings that you, Mr. Battle, for the Monsters County.
Thank you. The court waived formal reading under plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment. Esteban.
Esteban, Your Honor, a little bit about Mr. Battle. He's a 43-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. Maintains that he's currently enrolled in college. Further, that he's not on the highway for parole. His gainfully employed as a cook at King Kong Restaurant. He does believe he's incarcerated approximately 3 days on this particular matter. He understands that most importantly, absolutely no contact with the complaining witness. If the complaining witness is at the address 4750 West Point on East Side of Detroit, but he's had no contact with that address as well. And we'll find an alternative residence if need be on that list. Of course, consider something personal body. It appears that Mr. Battle has been incarcerated for 3 days after this alleged incident. If there's any merit to any of these allegations, Your Honor, I believe that is a sufficient cooling off period. He knows that he's not having any contact with anybody.
Thank you, counsel. The court is entering a plea of not guilty on your behalf, Mr. Battle, and will schedule a pretrial date, sir, that you must attend October the 21st. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court on a Wednesday in front of Judge Garrett. Mr. Battle, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for the hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Battle. The court considers the information provided by your attorney, your ties to the community, lack of capious history or criminal conviction the court's aware of. The court notes the current epidemic facing the nation and your employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond. These are assaultive allegation. The investigator's report indicates very concerning assaults that gives the court concern regarding the safety of Miss Jaleesa Palmer. During this bond, Mr. Battle, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Jaleesa Palmer. That means no contact of any kind, no contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Jaleesa Palmer, understood?
Understood. Your Honor, question.
Sir, Mr. Battle, I'm going to advise you to let the judge finish giving you the bond amount. And if you'd like to ask any questions to direct our office, you will have the opportunity to speak if you'd like to. Just ask you to let the magistrate finish setting the bond.
And that was your attorney speaking, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Okay, so the court was given the reasons for the bond, lack of capious history or criminal convictions, or capious or your ties to the community, considering the current epidemic facing the nation, the information provided by your counsel and the alleged investigators report you're to be fit with a GPS tether prior to release. Your bond is $7,500 personal bond, and you had the Zoom hearing October the 21st in front of Judge Garrett, 36th District Court. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
I've been living with her for the past 2 years.
All right, stop. I'm advising you as your attorney to not talk, you don't know how much you're hurting yourself by speaking at this point, sir. Please do not talk. You've just been released on a personal bond. It's about as good as it gets from you at this point. Please save anything you want to say for the next court, at the next judge, please.
Okay, that was again your attorney speaking, Mr. Battle. Do you have any questions after hearing his advice?
No, I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Battle. It's very important. Just do not have any contact with Jaleesa Palmer, and make sure and make your Zoom hearing October 21st. Good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
What was you at, though?
Yeah, good work, counsel. We got 2 more males and 1 female.
What's your name? Come on, go, bro. Go. What up, brother? Up on the white line. Say your first and last name, brother.
McKean Culpepper. I gotta go to the county sheriff.
Thank you, Mr. Culpepper. Good afternoon, sir. McKean Culpepper, that's correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, stand by. Claudia, this says Division 1. Do you want me to put DDC on there, or does it not matter? I don't know if you guys use that for any reason. Okay. Mr. Culpepper here for case 2006083, People State of Michigan versus McKean Jamel Culpepper, counsel.
Right, Your Honor, and Mr. McKean Culpepper, wait for the reading, and Mr. Culpepper has been involved.
Thank you. Court will waive formal reading, enter plea of not guilty. Mr. Culpepper, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend October the 21st, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Culpepper, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time, understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to bond, Brother Counsel.
Fine, Your Honor, Mr. Culpepper is a 23-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. He takes an occasional employment role as a parent child judge. He's also completed 2 years of college. He thinks he's not on probation for parole. No prior criminal history, and that's for personal law.
Thank you. Mr. Culpepper, the court considers the information provided by your attorney, which includes but not limited to a lack of capious history or criminal convictions. The court considers the serious nature of this allegation, which is very serious but not assaultive. It appears you have ties to the community. The court considers the information alleged in the investigator's report, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as your employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond. Mr. Culpepper, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapons. Absolutely no weapons, understood?
Yes, sir.
Given the information placed on the record, bond on this matter set $8,000 personal bond. You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Culpepper. You're being released on a personal bond. Listen to the court, sir. Okay. Do you guys have a Mr. James Campbell, officers?
Interview, Brother Jay? Did you get interviewed next door? No, by the court appointed attorney. No. Step over here, 47.
I don't know. DDC, would you like us to wait for the interview, or do you want us to go to the female side? Whatever is best for you.
Your Honor, he's standing in front of the screen now. He can get interviewed.
Okay, then we'll just hold tight, and then we'll handle Mr. Campbell once he finishes. We got one female. We'll call that once we're finished with Mr. Campbell. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm about to go eat family. I got something about the hold on, man. Can I talk? Can you hear me out? Can you hear me out? No. Over there at the staff, man. They go to the female side. Female, nigga, my man does. Hold on. Yes, sir. Okay. I'm glad you came over, man. No, I ain't. You built me a permanent 2 months now. Yeah, right. I'm trying to slow walk. What's up? I got a little something in my phone. Yeah, that's got to wait. I'm gonna just heat that up. No, that's got to wait. I'm about to have a that's got to wait. I'm about to have a stroke.
Is a mandatory, it's a 1-year misdemeanor. It also actually charges as a actual offender, meaning that the maximum penalty could be up to 15 years, Michigan Department of Corrections. Not that, but that's what the maximum penalty is. It's an additional arraignment, for not guilty people, doesn't matter what from cause comments. We do what we like, so I like to assign, like that attorney, like that travel, right to a bond. We're going to be asking for personal bond. Let me just ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, put her in front of the camera. No, and the camera on there. Ask her. What's up? What's up?
No, oh, 1 second. Let me go off the record on that. So, is that Fuchs? So leave it alone. They brought it up to, my understanding was Judge Garrett, he changed the bond to what it was. So his clerk should, and they said that his clerk is informed. Yeah.
Okay, so do I need to send this to BBC still or no? Because
Um,
I've already sent
right.
what you did, so then they'll just.
I don't
I'll
know.
check the system.
Maybe you should call up and double check or check the system wherever you want to do. But I mean, if they change the bond, then they should fax everything over. Is that not how it works?
Okay, I thought we didn't do it, that's why I thought, yeah, I'll check the system before.
Okay, thanks, Claudia. But normally, like if they changed it, they would do it.
Okay.
I think. Am I right or no?
They should.
Right. But yeah. But if you could just double check, I'd appreciate it. Thank you, Council.
Yeah, first and last name.
James Campbell.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Campbell. You're here for case 200600849, People State of Michigan versus James Lee Campbell. Council.
Right, Rob, yeah, Mr. James Campbell, waive readings and Mr. Campbell to respond to his constitutional rights.
Thank you. The court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Campbell, the court is scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference, October the 7th. That is a Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Monday, October the 12th. Both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Campbell, both hearings will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter it as the bond.
Yes, Bonnie, Rob, I'd like to note that this is a 36-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit. This name is a high school graduate, that he's also engaged in employee detailing cars around. Most importantly, he does understand and have no contact with the complaining witness or that 6730 Grandmont address. He's actually proactively given our office another address where you will be residing while this matter is pending. Given that he will have no issue having no contact due to the registry owner in his life residential ties, both employment ties. I asked if we consider something personal bond in this matter, or if it was not a crime to do so. I asked for a reasonably low 10% bond.
Thank you, Counsel. This is a very serious assaultive allegation. Count 2 specifically, Mr. Campbell. The court takes into consideration your prior criminal convictions, which include assaultive convictions and a conviction over a similar related offense as alleged in count 2, bringing this to a second offense notice. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation as well as your employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond. The court considers the lack of capious history the court's aware of, as well as your ties to the community, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report, which is assaultive concerning information, gives the court concern regarding the safety of the alleged victim, Ms. Kelly Craig. Mr. Campbell, during this bond, sir, you're not to use any alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. And you're not to go back to the premises or area of 6730 Grandmont Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And absolutely no contact with Kelly Craig. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Kelly Craig. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell. And based on the information placed on the record and as alleged in investigator's report, you're to be fit with the GPS tether prior to your release. For those reasons, bond will be set. $5,510%. Good luck, Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
All right, put you back up. Okay, Your Honor, I'll see you on the female side.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you over in a moment.
You put him up.
Where?
Gotta look on the sheet, see where that is doing. Y'all, you put him back up.
Can I get a photocopy of this, please? I think I messed up on the top. Thank you. I got one female. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Will the judge come along, say a name, Shirley?
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Charnay Williams.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Good afternoon. You're here for case 200600620, People, State of Michigan versus Charnay Shermone Williams, counsel.
Brian Morales, after this Charnay Williams, with brief stand you, Ms. Williams has been advised of her constitutional rights.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to the bond.
As the bond, Your Honor, a bit about Ms. Williams, I'd like the court to note that the 33-year-old lifetime resident here in the city of Detroit maintains in the years that she's had no prior history whatsoever of conviction. She's a lifetime resident. She does reside in the community here with two of her sons, aged 12 and 17. She's just that. Your Honor, she's a single mom. She's raising two of her boys, ages 12 and 17. She maintains that she's currently employed. She's a graduate of Northern Dorsey for culinary arts. Your Honor, it does appear that although these matters are all very serious, with respect to count 1 through 6, but they do appear all to be non-assaultive allegations. Further, it appears that these allegations stem from an incident date of August 15, 2019. Not aware of any case history whatsoever, Judge. I would ask the court to consider some of the personal bonds to the matter. Allow Ms. Williams to get down to her with counsel outside of the constitutional bond.
Thank you, counselor. Ms. Williams, these are very serious allegations. They are non-assaultive. The court is scheduling a probable cause conference, ma'am, that you must attend October the 21st, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Ms. Williams, that hearing will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you. The court considers the lack of capious history, the lack of criminal convictions the court's aware of. It appears you have ties to the community. The court considers the information alleged in the investigator's report, which does lean towards the likelihood of conviction. It appears given possible statements that were made. The court considers the information provided by counsel, as well as the employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond. During this bond, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. Ms. Williams, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. No weapons, understood?
Yes,
And
can I ask my question?
Sure.
Ma'am, don't talk about the allegations, don't talk about the facts of the case. If you're gonna ask a question, this is your attorney speaking. If you're gonna ask a question, only talk about bond or court dates. Please do not talk about what happened or what they're saying happened, please.
That was your attorney giving you advice. Is there a question, or maybe I could give you information and I could answer it? Because the court's still going, but it's up to you, Ms. Williams. Go ahead.
No, thank you, that's okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome, Ms. Williams. No weapons. And also during this bond, absolutely no contact with Diamond Jade Love. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Diamond Jade Love. Understood?
Not really, because I don't know who that is.
Well, that's okay. So I did. That should be easier for you. Don't just. I'm saying no contact. So, do you understand no contact with Diamond Jade Love?
Yes.
Okay, and that means no contact of any kind. Not through social media, not through a third person, not through their employer. Absolutely, do not go seeking this person out and have no contact at all, period, with Miss Love. Is that understood?
Yes.
Okay. Given the information placed on the record, the epidemic facing the nation, as well as the serious nature of these charges, the information alleged investigators report bond will be set $14,000 personal bond. You're welcome. Good luck, Miss Williams.
Okay.
Thank you, DDC.
Thank you, Honor. Thank you for your patience.
No worries. Have a nice afternoon. All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.